Hi everyone, my name is Gabrielle Egan and I will be presenting on programs in juvenile corrections and the effects they have on recidivism. The purpose of this study is to understand the effects programs have that are offered to juveniles in corrections and how they can impact recidivism rates. So for an introduction, the problem being addressed is how programs offered by the correctional facilities work towards juveniles lowering recidivism rates, meaning not reoffending. So across the nation, on any given day, there are nearly 48,000 juveniles involved with the justice system that are being housed in correctional facilities. Programs offered to juveniles have an end goal, many of the times being with lowering recidivism rates. Recidivism rates fluctuate based on the number of individuals that re-enter correctional facilities after being released prior, meaning they are reoffending once released. So then I focused on three key aspects in the literature review, which are juvenile corrections, the programs in correctional facilities, and then program participation and recidivism. So to start with juvenile corrections, nearly 48,000 juveniles involved in the justice system are being housed in correctional facilities. The juvenile justice system originated from beliefs and methods of social activists who viewed deviant behavior as something that could be treated. The juvenile corrections have primary goals for the juveniles that enter the facilities. Many, if not all facilities with programs aim to habilitate, meet treatment needs, build skill development, and victorious reintegration into the community. Next, we have programs in correctional facilities. Studies have shown that there is a reduction of violence amongst juveniles in corrections when there is intensive treatment programs offered to these juveniles and the ones who participate in the programs. Many program interventions being used in correctional facilities have been seen and noticed as a promising technique for juveniles that have participated in the programs. Next, we have program participation and recidivism. Studies have shown that participation in many programs pays off for these individuals while also lowering recidivism, meaning the individuals who do participate in the programs are typically seen as not reoffending and ending up back in incarceration. Although national recidivism rates for juveniles do not exist, studies have shown that juveniles will reoffend 55% of the time and will end up rearrested. That's showing that over half of the juveniles being released are reoffending and once again ending up back in correctional facilities. Finally, the weaknesses. A big weakness found was the small amounts of research on juveniles in corrections. It can be difficult to find research on juveniles because it is so limited. So next is my research question and the hypothesis. So the research question is, how do programs in juvenile corrections help recidivism rates? And the hypothesis for this is juveniles in correctional facilities who participate in programs being offered will have lower recidivism rates. So next is the research design, which includes the sample, the method, and the measurement of key variables. So now we'll be going into the research design, which entails a sample. The sample will include juveniles from the correctional facility. There will be 25 juveniles in the control group and 25 juveniles in the experimental group. The juveniles who participate in the experiment will be volunteers from the correctional facility, meaning I will not pick the participants. The sampling method will be purposive sampling. All of the juveniles will have completed the same offenses within the control and the experimental group, making the groups match and mirror as much as possible. Due to the juveniles being volunteers, once the experimental group is made up, I will find 25 other volunteers who fit the same offenses for the control group. This is so, as a researcher, I'm able to compare the recidivism rates of the same offenses in both groups. I want to know, will the programs offered by the correctional facility make a difference in the juveniles who did and did not participate in the programs being offered? Next, I will have the method, which is the experimental design. To understand the research question of how do programs offered to juveniles lower the recidivism rates, there needs to be an experiment performed. As the researcher, there will be two groups, the control group as well as the experimental group. The control group will be the group that does not participate in any of the programs offered by the correctional facility. The experimental group will be the group that does participate in the programs offered by the facility. The experiment will last a total of 5 years. The first year will consist of the juveniles completing the programs while incarcerated. The following 4 years will take up when the juveniles are released. I will do meetups with the juveniles to follow up and compare the control and experimental groups' recidivism rates. There will be required meetups every 6 months with the recently released juveniles. I will give these individuals my information so they can follow up with me. I will also have the juveniles' information to track down if need be. This study will be seen as a longitudinal study because I will follow up with the same individuals throughout the experiment. It is important to stick with the same individuals. Next is the measurement of key variables. So first is the dependent variable, which is recidivism. Recidivism is seen as the act of a previous offender reoffending and receiving a sneering consequence for their action, which stated before is around nearly 55% right now, which is half of the individuals being released and ending up reoffending. Then we have the independent variable, which is participation in programs. Programs are seen as classes that have sets of instructions for juveniles to follow to better themselves as a person. The programs in juvenile corrections are there to rehabilitate juveniles from the cycle of recidivism. Participation in these programs are key for the juveniles being released. Then we have offenses. So with the offenses, I will match up the groups as closely as possible, such as 5 for battery in both groups and 5 for arson in both groups. The goal is to have the groups as similar as possible. Basically, they're supposed to mirror each other. Finally, we have age. The individuals participating in the experiment will be around the same age, under 18 years old, which is seen as a juvenile. Next, we have limitations. Working with juveniles is a big limitation due to the fact of their age. Another limitation is the juveniles being released not following up with the researcher. There is a chance that as the researcher, I will be unable to track down the juveniles for the meetups that are required. There is also the limitation of small sample size. A small sample size can make it difficult to determine the outcome and if the findings are true. Another limitation that is noticed is there is not an exact measurement of recidivism. And finally, we have volunteering. There is a chance that no juveniles will want to volunteer for this experiment, which would be very difficult to conduct the experiment then. Next, we have strengths. One strength is that it is seen as a longitudinal perspective. This is definitely a strength as the researcher is able to stick with the same juveniles during the whole process from start to end. Another strength is that there is not a lot of research in juvenile corrections, therefore, this upcoming research will provide a great deal of information. Finally, it is an experimental design. The experimental design makes it possible to determine if the independent variable causes any changes to the dependent variable. Next, we have implications. An implication that can be seen for this study is that depending on the results and findings, facilities can offer more programs for juveniles who are incarcerated. It will be important for juvenile facilities to offer programs to the juveniles being housed for all crimes committed. Research will need to be conducted to see what programs the facilities are able to house. A following implication is that more research can be conducted on these topics with the understanding that there is not much to begin with on juveniles. So finally, we have our conclusion. So if my hypothesis is correct, we will be able to implement more programs into juvenile correctional facilities. Based on previous research, programs given to juveniles do in fact lower recidivism rates. Adding more programs will be good for juveniles who are in correctional facilities. In the need for the programs to prosper and focus on not reoffending. There is a need for more research in this field area as well. Thank you for listening to my research presentation, and I look forward to hearing your feedback.